I studied and came up with a conclusion. 1. The sport of choice for the urban poor is basketball. 2. The sport of choice for maintenance-level employees is bowling. 3. The sport of choice for frontline workers is football. Or the sport of choice for supervisors is baseball. 5. The sport of choice for middle management is tennis. 6. The sport of choice for corporate officers is golf. Amazing conclusion. The higher you are in the corporate structure, the smaller your balls become. A boss of a computer company walked up to one of his workers. "You're fired!" exclaimed the boss. "I didn't do anything," replied the confused worker. The boss, happy with his answer, says, "I know, that's why you're fired." The head of a small industrial company posted a slogan all around the office and plant saying, "Do it now," with the hope of getting better results from his workers. Some weeks later, when asked why he was removing the slogan signs, he said, "It worked too well. The bookkeeper skipped with $20,000. The chief clerk eloped with the best secretary I've ever had. 3 salesmen asked for raises. And the workers in the factory joined the union and are out on strike." Harry walks into his supervisor's office. "Boss," he says, "we're doing some heavy house cleaning at home tomorrow, and my wife needs me to help with the attic and the garage. Moving and hauling stuff." "We're short-handed, Harry," the boss replies. "I can't give you the day off." "Thanks, boss," says Harry. "I knew I could count on you." I still remember that interview like it happened yesterday. I was sitting across the table, palms sweaty, heart racing, trying my best to look confident while my knees were practically shaking under the desk. The interviewer leaned back in his chair, glanced at my resume, and asked the question everyone dreads, "Tell me, what is your greatest strength?" I hesitated for a moment and decided to be honest. I said, "Sir, I'm a little bit shy, but would you like my honest answer?" He smiled and replied, "Of course. I expect nothing but honesty from my staff." That gave me a bit of courage, so I took a deep breath and said, "Sir, my greatest strength is my wife." The room went quiet for a second, and then I saw his expression change. He looked impressed, almost touched. I could tell he was thinking I was a loyal family man, someone grounded, someone who valued commitment and stability. In his eyes, I could practically see myself already fitting into the corporate culture, shaking hands with the team, maybe even getting that job offer call. Encouraged by his reaction, he leaned forward and said, "All right then. One last question before we wrap up. Tell me, what is your greatest weakness?" At that moment, I felt relaxed, confident, and maybe a little too comfortable. Without thinking twice, I smiled and said, "Sir, my greatest weakness is someone else's wife." The silence that followed was louder than anything I had heard all day. For more funny stories, like and subscribe to Happy Life.